What's up, y'all? This is your man Reek Havoc coming to you once again with an edition of the Havoc Hour after a long hiatus. But I'm back here because we got a lot to talk about this week. And I'm hyped this week because I finally got my guy on the show, Mr. 24/7, the CEO, the brain of Young Kings Wrestling, of which I'm one third. My main man, Mr. 24/7, Malik Ricks. What's happening, bro?
What's up, Reek, man? I'm happy I got to be on it, bro. You text me today, I was like, dang, what's going on? And then he's like, hey, I'm trying to record the show. I was like, yeah, I gotta make time for it. I gotta make time. I know my schedule wasn't as busy today because like I've literally been going back and forth like slammed. That's why if you heard listen to the YK Wrestling podcast, I haven't been on it because I've been gone and like you probably I don't know when next time you're gonna hear me on this show, but man, I don't know. But yeah, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Oh man, it's a crazy week, man. It's probably like the fourth show I done did in the last 2 days. I just keep
Man,
it moving, man.
you
But
working, bro?
I said like I gotta if I'm doing all this, I gotta get my show recorded at some point. So I'm like,
Oh,
let
definitely,
me get
definitely.
on it. And I'm like, I gotta talk some MMA and some basketball. So I'm like, I gotta get my guy on here to talk a little bit. You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying?
Because I don't got no space to like really, because I really don't do the tweeting thing and talking to people, like So I'm like, man, I don't have no space to give out my MMA and my boxing thoughts. So like, I was kind of excited for this to branch off and be like, yeah, I get to speak. So when I do get time, y'all gonna see me a lot more on this show. Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up, man. That's what's up. So I'm gonna start it off since tomorrow, game one of the finals. First off, Bucks and Suns. After the way this season went down, how we feeling about this matchup, bro?
Man, not gonna lie, I wanted I wanted the Suns and the Hawks to win, be going because I think that would have been a great way to set off, for the future, the next 10, 15 years. Trey Young, Devin Booker, these are your two top guys. I think that would have been a nice like little insight into that. But hey, Giannis, man, he's still a part of that future too. So if he's going to play, I don't know if he's going to be able to play, but yeah, it's looking good, man. These playoffs has been great. It's crazy, like Lakers got knocked off. I think everybody thought it was going to be either Lakers in Philly or Lakers in Brooklyn.
That's what I was banking on, man. But
None of those teams, man.
everybody, and KD with that half a size off his shoe, bro. Like that shit
Yeah.
hurt my soul watching that, bro.
Oh yeah, because you a Brooklyn fan now,
Yeah, I converted. I wasn't gonna have Stockholm syndrome like these fans out here in the
bro.
city, bro.
Bro, have you told your fan base that you switched?
Listen, they had fair warning. I said this the last season after how they did Oakley, after how they did Spike. Like, listen, I don't this toxicity
So
all
so,
around here,
so
man.
they need a new owner, which was what you're saying.
Well,
Because
I mean,
I heard the owner is trash. Like this
oh
is not
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, he beyond trash. That means terrible. But then it was like the play was just terrible. Then somehow New Orleans got the lottery pick over New York. I'm like, man, this cursed. It's cursed. I gotta get up out of here. It's toxicity. It's
But
cursed.
but they did pretty good this year. I mean,
Of
made it
course,
to the
of course.
playoffs. They put up a run this year.
Yeah. But listen, this was the thing though. It's like, yeah, they doing good. They might be turning the corner, but then the fans. That's why I say they got Stockholm syndrome because they got so hyped. Like, oh yeah, we go. They won one game against Atlanta in that playoff series, and they said we won Brooklyn. Listen. Like,
That's where I'm kind of scared with the Suns right now. Like they threw like a little parade over making the finals. Like the
facts.
job's not done yet.
Yeah,
You still got four more games you have to win. The job's not done, and you're playing against a team that's they're looking phenomenal right now.
yeah, man.
I mean, they don't have Giannis, but shoot, Devin Booker's looking unstoppable. But it's like I remember what they did with Kobe when they were saying like, "How do you feel? You're one game away from winning the NBA Finals." He was like, "The job's not done,"
Exactly.
and I hope Phoenix realized the job's not done yet.
For real. And that's how the Bucks was looking too. Like afterwards, they were just chilling. Like, let's go to the next one. And
Yeah, yeah,
that's scary.
yeah. Oh, I gotta say something too. Miami, cause that's my squad, Miami. We lost Jay Crowder this year, and as you can see, he's going back to the finals while we got our ass swept. So, hey, do better. You should have paid that man.
Real though.
You should have paid him, man. I watched the D Wade documentary and I seen how the way that went when they didn't pay D Wade. So we should really reconsider our guys that we have that has gotten in certain places. So yeah.
He paying some dividends over there in Phoenix right now.
Yeah. He deserved it though. He deserved it. He played a huge piece in this making the finals.
Between him and Chris Paul, man, they just I was saying this the other day because I was on when I was on Vince's show when we was talking about it. I don't know how people keep writing on Chris Paul like that. Like everywhere this man go, he turned the team up, bro. Like Clippers wasn't going when it was just Blake holding it down. Clippers wasn't going nowhere. He shows up there in this Lob City. Then he goes to Houston over there with James Harden. They went further in the playoffs than they had already been. Then he went to OKC. Everybody said he was going to OKC to die. And they went, I think they got to the second round before they got bounced out.
Yeah.
They wasn't going nowhere after Russ. So it's like, come on.
I think it's like the cool thing to hate Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the cool thing to be like, oh, I can't stand him. That's why like so many people were so happy when Patrick Beverly like pushed him and like all that stuff. Like I think it's just a cool thing to hate Chris Paul. Me, I've never hated him. I feel like hey, he's did his thing. He's proved, like you said, he's proven himself time and time again that he can do something. It's just his attitude might not be the best for other people, but hey, it is what it is.
Pat was just being petty, man.
Yeah. Did you see the apology?
Yeah, I'm like, that wasn't meant for you. Who was meant for? Like, come on, bro. Oh man, that's terrible. And the Clippers, man, I don't know about that squad. I don't know, bro. Like, I feel bad for a couple of them guys on there.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, I can't even hang this on PG like that because at least he had the games where he showed up, when Kawhi was out. So.
Yeah, man. I'm trying. I never try to disrespect these teams. But I done had some friends trying to like talk about my team this year, and like I had to let them know like you guys never made the finals. Just want to throw that out there. I don't know if they did or not, but since I've been alive and watching matches, I've never seen them make it. See them get close, but not make it. But shout out to all the Clipper fans out there. Hey, one day. Hey, that should be a slogan. One day.
They're gonna put them joints on the t-shirts.
Oh God, one day.
Oh man. That's a trip.
I mean, what do you think? Because ain't it rumor like Kawhi won't out?
I don't think he's staying.
It's only been what, 1 year?
Yeah.
2?
No. I think it was 2. It was 2. It was 2 years.
Yeah. Did they go to the bubble? Did he play with them in the bubble?
I don't feel like he did. I want to say.
I don't know.
But yeah, the last 2 years, and I don't think he picked up the option to stay. So he probably gonna be back. He probably gonna be out of there. They're gonna be stuck with.
I want to know how people feel about that because, like, wasn't that like a big, like, oh, I'm coming home to play, blah blah blah, doing this, doing that, and now he will, like, where do he land?
I don't know, man. To be honest, you might want to go back out to the East. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like, Miami, we always available.
Look. I mean, Miami, Philly. You got options.
Yeah, you got plenty of options.
I feel bad for Philly too because they got issues with that brother Ben Simmons, man.
Yeah, man. People torch Ben Simmons like they were genuinely upset.
I can't blame him, bro. Like,
yeah.
I didn't see them be crying and shit after playoffs. he been busting his ass, and all he looked to him like he looking at his man. It's like I gotta count on you in crunch time. This man go into the lane. He see Trey Young and pass it out, bro. Like I was like, you seen that video with the RDC World? But he he said, "Who on the Hawks is scaring you, bro?" He said, "You 6'11". Who on the Hawks is scaring you?
Oh man, it might be that pressure. I mean, like I want to say, was it last year or this year? I know he was having training videos of him knocking down threes, like he's shooting from deep, knocking down threes. So I was expecting him to come in and just let it fly. That wasn't the case.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to all that when it mattered.
Yeah. Yep. Ugh. But who you got game one, bro? We got game one.
I think I'm gonna take the Suns. Milwaukee got, I don't know what it is this playoffs where it's like they've been inconsistent with their starts. Like they'll start crazy, knocking them out the box right off of game one, or they'll take game one off and then the second game they come back killing them like they did with Atlanta. But yeah. I think Phoenix got the first game at home. That crowd is gonna be up.
Yeah,
they got a couple days rest. I think they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, me personally, I'm not even a Phoenix fan. I'm just a fan of Devin Booker. Like I've always been a fan of Devin Booker. Yeah. But I kind of want to see him get the ring, bro. I kind of want to see him get it. I wouldn't be mad with Chris Paul winning the ring. Mm-hmm. I know that would piss a lot of people off, but I wouldn't be mad. So we'll see. But hey, we just gotta know what's going on with Giannis, man. We gotta know what's going on with him, and if he's coming back, will he come back? We don't know. And that could determine everything.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say I don't think they win without Giannis at all. Like,
yeah, and if I'm Giannis, man, throw some duct tape on his knee. I'm playing. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what's wrong with me. I'm playing. This is 4 games. I need to win. If I'm capable, let me play.
Yeah. It's his team. He's the guy. So it's like, if not you, then who? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Chris Middleton's been an assassin so far.
Yeah.
But they need Giannis. He averaging about 28. So I mean, you got to get him in there and play.
Got to.
Who you got one in the series?
Like I said, it just come down to that, man. But Devin Booker is like, he is just on fire. He's unstoppable. Like, they gave him some bubble juice, and like he just went crazy. And so it's kind of hard to go against Devin Booker right now. Chris Paul, I don't know, man. It's a great matchup. I think this is the one finals that has been like pretty even since when? You know what I mean? Like, when was the last time the finals was this like, dang, I don't know. Yeah. Even though Golden State had Toronto had beat Golden State, nobody thought Toronto was going to win that series, unless you're a Toronto fan. Like, yeah. So, probably the last one we've seen was probably Lakers Celtics.
Yeah.
09?
Probably. Yeah. I say so.
Because I think that's the last one. So it should be interesting, man. Yeah. Just great basketball all in all.
Yeah, there's people that complain that it's not that sexy matchup. You don't have the Lakers and Bron or KD or Steph and everybody, but it's like this is good for basketball. That's how you create new stars.
Yeah, that's all I'm about. Like keeping the stuff pushing. Like in the next 10 to 15 years, if people still screaming Michael Jordan's the GOAT, Kobe's the GOAT, LeBron's the GOAT, if there's none of those. If there's nobody else in that conversation as the GOAT, then what have y'all been doing this entire time? Of course, people are going to have their personal favorites. Because me, personally, I don't think it's about players anymore. I think it's just about the era people grew up in, and they don't want to let their era go. But that's another conversation for another day. And so, like I'm excited to see. Like I really hope Devin Booker gets in that conversation one day. Giannis, like we will see. It's for the future. So, great matchup.
Yes, sir. I'm taking the Suns at 6. I'm just gonna call it right now. So moving right on. Next week on Saturday, we got UFC 264 coming up. Mystic Mac is back. He got the trilogy fight with Dustin Poirier.
Yes, sir.
Who's taking the third fight, bro?
I don't know, man. If you look at the UFC's Instagram page, I was talking about guy this other day. I kind of feel like they want Conor to win because there's just been so much Conor McGregor, and it's like you would never think like he just got knocked out by his opponent the last time they fought. So, which is understandable because Conor he sells everything. Like, you know what I mean? On business wise, like, yes, I would rather be Conor McGregor be my champion because he's going to sell the fight and he's going to get us all the most money. But after the last fight, after the exchanges, kind of hard to go against Dustin, man. It's kind of hard, bro. I mean, I'm never doubting Conor McGregor because at the end of the day, he's still Conor McGregor. But Dustin Poirier, I got him winning.
Yeah, man. Like Dustin, ever since his first loss to Conor, he just stepped his game up all the way. And I mean, when I saw him beat up Max, that was where I said, "Yo, that boy bad for real."
Yeah,
because Max don't get beat up, bro. Max got the hands for days.
Right.
So when I saw him do that, I'm like, okay, he might be on something here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he didn't pull out the win against Khabib for the title. Nobody's going to beat Khabib. But I did not expect to see him knock out Conor, though. Like, cause Conor hasn't been knocked out. That was the first time that it even happened in UFC.
Yeah, I mean, we seen Floyd stop Conor.
Yeah.
We seen Khabib drop Conor.
Yeah.
But we've never seen like that. Yeah, the finish. You know what I'm saying? So that's what like kind of puts it that like, okay, what's next? Like, you got to think about the mental side too. I think Conor McGregor, he beat Cowboy, but besides that, he lost to Khabib. Was his last fight before that Khabib?
Yep.
And then he had the Floyd, and what was that? I think he had another loss. I don't know.
That was the last fight he had before he won both belts. But that's when he went and fought Floyd. He made his $100 million, and they say you start making money, the focus on fighting goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think his mind to me wasn't really in it against Khabib. Like, he was showing up because it got personal, but it was like he spent that whole week kind of just, the focus wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed up to the press conference lit. Yeah,
and he did a lot of dickhead shit. You know what I mean? Like, he threw the thing at the bus and all that stuff, like to lead up to the fight. I mean, he had all these cases going on. So
for real.
I mean, that just shows like fighters, you got to be focused, man. You got to be focused. I mean, like I said, I'm never counting out Conor McGregor. You can't. It's impossible. How the way Dustin has looked, it's like it's hard to say no. You know what I mean? And he just knocked out Conor McGregor. Like, he just finished him. So, well, no, do you think it's going to be more of a stand-up like it was last time, or are they taking it to the ground this time? Do you think Conor wants to stand up with this man after being finished?
Oh, he definitely do. That's the thing. I'll never count against Conor in a rematch because he had the same thing with Nate, because Nate was the first person that beat him in UFC. And it's like, you saw he gassed out a little bit towards the second round. Nate started catching him, and next thing you know, it's like, okay, he was just doing whatever he could. He tried to shoot for a takedown. It's like that set it up for him to get beat. But
I think that played a part in like all of Conor's losses is his conditioning.
Yeah.
Even with Floyd, like people can argue before the first 6 rounds, you could have Conor up on the cards.
Yep.
And you could tell just me, like in my boxing brain and being in both worlds, I'm like, the average fight in boxing is what? 12 rounds. Is that like, I think it's like 40 minutes? 40?
About that, yeah.
Yeah. Or 30? Something like that. But in UFC, like, they have longer rounds, but you can see where he gets gassed. halfway through those rounds, I think Floyd just looked at that and took his chance. So I wonder, does that play a part with Dustin, where it's like, let me take my time, let him get off all the shots he wants. Don't get caught with nothing crazy, but let him wear it down, because when he was stopped by Khabib, when he was stopped by Floyd, when Dustin finished him, you can tell he was visibly gassed out. So that plays a part. Is Conor going to come in well conditioned?
Yeah, and then these layovers too. Like, I mean, in the last since he beat Eddie and won both belts, in the last 5 years he's fought 3 times. If you include the fight with Floyd, there was that. There was Khabib. No, 4 times. There was the fight with Floyd.
Yeah, Cowboy.
Then Khabib, Cowboy, now Dustin. And it's like the gap is at least a year in between each fight.
And he's only won one of those fights.
Right. Yeah, because he went out and he blitzed him early in the first 10 seconds. So it was like,
yeah, that plays a part. But then again, you can say too, like, that's not the Cowboy of old. Like, Cowboy, he's coming up. So it was like, do we really count that? You know?
Yeah, I think Cowboy pretty much done, man. Like, because he lost
because
freaking after that.
Yeah, but he fought like a month after, like 2-3 months after. I was looking at a card, I'm like, wait, he's fighting now?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like he had a long career, so it's like, listen, man, when your number called, you just gotta let it go, bro.
He's heading to PFL or Bellator next.
You keep getting beat up for no reason.
But you know, that's the route. Like, after UFC, after you're done, you're going over to Bellator and you're going over to PFL. Me personally, if I'm an old fighter, no disrespect to Bellator, I go to Bellator so I can fight all the people I've already fought before. So, yeah.
For real though.
Never know.
Yeah, man. So Nicole Main too looks pretty dope. Gilbert Burns is fighting Wonder Boy.
Okay.
Gilbert coming off of that loss to Kamaru Usman for the title. Stephen Thompson, we ain't seen him in there in a while. He's talking about he won a title shot. That's a scary fight to me, man. That's like, I don't know if I want to smoke with Burns right now, because he checked Usman a couple times in that fight.
Exactly, and it's like, what did he learn off that too, though? Like, what did Usman teach him in there?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's gonna be. I don't like. I love some Wonder Boy. I do. Like, he's a problem, but Burns been on another level all the last year plus, and
yeah,
I don't know, because Wonder Boy got a real unique style, so he might be able to do something. But I don't know. Welterweight looks pretty interesting right now. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, who does Khabib? Not Khabib. Usman have?
They keep talking about Colby, but I don't want to see that again. He broke that man's jaw. Like, that's done. You know what I'm saying? I wish so bad Nate would have finished that fight against Leon, because then we could have seen this fight. Because they would have jumped him in the conversation if he wins that fight.
Got to.
Because they don't want to give Leon that title shot. I don't know why, but
yeah, what are they waiting for?
I don't know, man. He trying to make some bread.
You'll see. Got to do better.
For real though. For real.
Got to do better.
Oh man. And my guy Sugar Sean fighting on this card too. I don't know who this dude is. He fighting that's like 9-4. I expect a W expeditiously.
Exactly.
Real talk.
No need to talk.
Yeah. And staying with MMA, because we was just talking about PFL. You been watching the season, bro?
Man, I've been trying to catch, stay intact as much as I can, man. I follow mostly on Instagram, but when I do get a chance to sit down and watch it, I do. But I'm looking at the people they have lined up, and I'm excited for this playoffs, man. I'm upset that it wasn't in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? The last playoffs, I actually got to be there. That's where we met, bro. That's where we met.
Right.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man. Let's go over this.
Yeah. So the crazy thing, right? So we know that, like, this year they opened up the checkbook. They signed some big names: Anthony Pettis, Rory McDonald, Fabricio, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? He has all these big names that were coming back. You know, Kayla, Larissa, my guy Lance, Chris Wade moved up to featherweight. So it's been a crazy season. But the big thing is a lot of these big names didn't make it into the playoffs. Like Fabricio lost his first. Well, he didn't lose his first fight. They changed it to a no contest because technically he tapped the dude out. But he didn't fight the second round. I don't know what happened, but he ain't making it into playoffs. Pettis lost both of his fights, and he's not gonna make it in. My guy Lance ain't gonna make it in. My
guy Lance, bro.
This dude Bubba Jenkins, man, from the
he's
first fight, from the first fight, he was all over Lance, man. And I talked to him after the fight. He was like, I hate that they do this because it's like a lot of guys, you know, when they prepping for fights and stuff like that, we think about, you know, the training and weight cuts, stuff like that. You add in these long ass quarantines. Like they was out there for 17 days. My guy was like, listen, I just had a daughter. By the time I got in the cage, I didn't even want to be there no more. So it was like, you know, mentally my man wasn't even in it. So it's like Bubba gets that win. And then the second round, he was scheduled to fight somebody else. And it wound up getting switched out to Mosley. And I think on that card, it was probably the best fight of the night, but he had to get a finish in the first round. It went to a decision.
My thing with PFL this year, what they kind of upset me was how the way they kind of treated their champions. I mean, when like I feel the champions should be fighting on nothing but ESPN. There should be no ESPN plus nothing with any of these champions. And I remember I was seeing Lance. I think Lance was one of his fights like pushed back where somebody got hurt where he got put on ESPN, but originally his fight was supposed to be on ESPN plus. And I'm like, how do you have your champion fighting on this? I understand he lost his first fight, but how is he fighting on ESPN plus right now?
Well, his fight got moved. He was supposed to fight because they had it all set up like all the lightweights and featherweights going to fight on these cards. But when they were supposed to fight the second time, I think two people had to get pulled out. I know Pettis had like food poisoning or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they pulled Lance from his fight. He said he was good, but it was something that it was just like I guess safety precautions or whatever. So they pulled him from his fight, and then they rescheduled his opponent. So he wound up fighting on the card, the last card of the regular season. So I think it was with the heavyweights and the women's lightweights. He fought on that card. Him and Pettis both fought on that card.
Yeah. Hey, man, my man Penn is coming back different next year, bro. He's working on his boxing with my guy Capetillo. So the hands about to be looking crazy. So hey, he might not have, you know, got what he got to do this year, but next year my man's going to be on fire. So like, let's throw that out there now.
Hey, I'm looking forward to that, bro.
He might walk away with that M.
Hey.
But the great thing about the PFL is they're kind of like letting the world know like this ain't nothing to be played with.
Nah.
Like putting everybody on notice. Like I understand you have a name, but you're just not about to come over here and win these fights.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Roy, he came over. Again, Anthony. Like they put them in check quick. Like yo, this is something serious over here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then I think the only one that really, like, you know, out of those guys that really got into it was Rory because he came in first fight, got who was he fight? Curtis Melinda, got him out of there quick with a submission, and then the second fight, my man got robbed. Definitely got robbed because he won that fight clear as day, and I don't know what was going on with the judges or what. Like even like Ray Sefo said it afterwards in the fight. It's like, listen, those. Commission says so judges, we don't really, you know, got nothing to do with that, but I didn't agree with that. He definitely won that fight. But he's still in the tournament, and I love this because the first fight he got in the tournament, it's him and Ray Cooper, bro.
Bro.
Like, yeah.
This might be the fight of the entire tournament.
Hell yeah, bro. Like, I was hoping to see that in the championship, but, I mean, listen. I'll take it now. I ain't gonna complain about it. You know what I mean? Like that's what everybody wants to see.
What do you got?
Yeah, man. Shoot, and I think, if we're being honest, I think Kayla probably about to run it back again and go for three-peat, because realistically, this bracket is the same one as last season. You just honestly, like, you got Kayla she's gonna fight Jenna like she was going to last year, but like Jenna had a health issue, she had to pull out that fight, and Larissa got this other chick, Taylor Garardo. So you just swap her out for Sarah Kaufman, you got the same card from the last one. You know what I'm saying? And Larissa has been terrifying this season. Like,
yo, she's dangerous, man.
She hitting people with, like, she got bricks in her hand. Like, these knockouts. It's like I did not see that in her last year. She got the number 1 seed, and like she's just making a beeline for Kayla. Like, it's not even a question. And I love Jenna. I know she's not gonna beat Kayla. Let's just keep it above. So it's probably gonna be a rematch of them two again.
Yeah.
But I'm like, listen.
But they both have been looking like crazy.
Yeah. Kayla been on some different. She's been savage this year.
Like, since Kayla had that fight in Feka, like when she walked away looking like she murdered somebody, like all the blood all over at the face, when she was like that was scary. And then everything she's done, has she made it into the second round this year?
Yeah.
Once, twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the first year she wasn't in the tournament. They just had her.
I'm talking about this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like it's crazy, because I talked to her about that too. She was just like, she was walking away. She was like, "Yo, I got this girl's blood all over me." Shit, like it's like that blind rage. Like, I just go into the zone and just start snapping on people. Like,
yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, if Larissa can keep her from taking her down, which that's really what it is. As soon as she gets on the ground, it's game over. Because
Larissa, she has to have that same game plan she had with Sarah.
Yeah.
Where she kept it on the feet. She just died. And when they did go to the ground, she was like a bear.
Yeah.
So, but with Kayla, you can't take it to the ground at all. It has to be stand game. So, I mean, if you can, I would see her giving it a chance. And plus, how the way she been them hands, I don't know, man. We've never seen Kayla get her chin tested. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, the way Larissa's been looking this season, if she can just piece her up a little bit, that's gonna be a whole different fight than the ones we've been seeing from her, man. Because we know she's clearly the biggest girl in the division. So if she get hands on you and put you down, ain't much you can do. But if she can start getting inside and throwing some shots in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. She might could do something.
Then we got, the great Clarissa Shields.
I was about to ask you about that, yo. What you think about that debut, bro?
Hey, I just, like, this shirt, I wore this shirt, put some respect on my name.
Yeah.
Take the Maya out and put Clarissa Shields. Before, I understand she's new to the MMA, but the world, the sports world, the boxing world, we need to put this woman on a higher pedestal. I feel like she gets overlooked, and she's done so much, and I don't know what more else that she has to do. And I don't ever want to throw out the race card, but I mean, I feel like our people need to get behind her too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we got to get behind, because she's the coolest person in the world. Like, I met her, and I just want to throw that out there. I was one of the first reporters at the time to ask her about going to MMA. That was around 2018, I want to say. Yeah, you can go look it up. You too. I'm gonna send it to you, Rick. Yeah, and this is when she was talking about going to UFC and Amanda Nunes, blah blah blah. Now she got in PFL, and that debut was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I said too. Like,
she gave me a heart attack when she got on the ground.
Yeah. But the thing about it, like, every time she got taken down, and I never see this out of people that make that transition. Like stand-up fighters or someone that's crossing over. When she got taken down, she never panicked. She was calm the whole time. Yeah. It's like just focusing on getting out of this position.
Like, whatever gym she's at, you can tell it's a good gym. Like, she she's been in that position before where she knew what she was doing.
Well, she been training with the GOAT, so you know what's going on
Yeah,
over there. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. Only thing I would say that I wanted to see from her is just a little bit more patience on the feet.
Yeah.
Because you can see there was a time I want to say it was the second round when she did get on her feet, but like she tried to throw a haymaker so like out of whack that she got her back down. But I think she just need to take time on her feet and really just do what you do best first.
Yeah.
Let's not even take it to the ground. Let's save the groundwork for later. It doesn't matter if you ever show that you can wrestle. If you knock every woman out, you will become one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. But you know what I'm saying? But shoot, she hasn't really had. How many stops does she have in boxing?
Oh my God. Yeah,
Let me look up her box rec.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think like early in the fight I was looking because Chicky was fighting had the longer arms, so she was trying to find the distance, the range in there.
Right.
But it was like you gotta take your time to get inside there because otherwise, like you said, that's how them takedowns are gonna come real quick, and that's something you gotta watch out for.
And yeah, Clarissa Shields hasn't knocked anyone out as a professional, but her last TKO victory was in 2017. That was a TKO. So for her to get that finish in PFL, that says a lot too about that power she has.
Yeah. That's
Because it's like now you're not in the gloves, you got these little ounces on, and she throwing them power shots, man. That's she tried to do a little ground and pound too. She was throwing punches, but she was on her back.
Yeah. I'm like,
yeah.
That is different. Well, she gonna fight again. They're gonna give her somebody to fight for an exhibition on I think August 27th card on that playoff card. They haven't announced who it is yet, but she got another one coming.
Yeah, I mean, I hope she stick to it. Once again, I'm kind of disappointed in the world of boxing because it's like she's not going over there because it was like it's what I've always wanted to do is just cross over. It's almost a have to because no one is really putting the bag for her to do greater things in the sport of, and she's literally damn near beating everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like remember that time she was having like a little thing with Layla Ali? Like that's the last person you have left is Layla Ali. Like goodness gracious. Yeah, so I mean where all the top women at is MMA, the Amanda Nunes, Chris Cyborg, the Kayla Harrison. I mean, that's where she's going. I hope she does amazing. I want to see her win every fight. I love her shit.
Yeah, man. We got to talk about. Let's get into boxing real quick, man.
What's up?
What is the deal with these promoters, man? Like what happened to the game, bro?
What happened to the game? Can I be honest?
Talk to me.
Every promoter wants their fighter to be a Floyd Mayweather. The reason why, in my personal opinion, MMA has been kicking boxing's ass for years now is because we don't get to see the fights we really want to see until it's too fucking late.
APOC.
I mean, why did it took years for Pacquiao and Floyd? It's taken years for all these fighters. Like, look at fighters like Keith Thurman. Like, he was on fire around 2018, but of course, injuries and all that stuff. But why hasn't Terrence Crawford fought Sean Porter? Why hasn't Terrence Crawford fought at least Danny Garcia? Errol Spence, that is the biggest fight in the world right now for me. Like, why have we gotten these fights yet? Once again, to me, it all leads to the same common denominator, the middleman. And I think it might be the fighters too, because you see the two dominant top fighters on Top Rank and Al Heyman, PBC, whatever. Deontay Wilder, they went at it 3 times already. So I'm just wondering, like, what a lot of it does have to do with the promoters, man. A lot.
Yeah, man. I hate having to look back and ask that same question year in, year out. Like, why aren't we seeing this fight? Why aren't we seeing that one? Like you said, Errol Spence, one of the biggest names in there, but we haven't seen one of those dream fights that we want to see yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it's not for lack of talent, because they're phenomenal boxers. Between him, Javante is a problem. The Charlo
Yeah.
brothers, like, there's so
Like
much
I
talent.
want to see I want to see Javante and Devin Haney.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? Javante Lomachenko, Javante Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney.
Lomachenko back too. I seen that last fight. Boy.
Yeah. Throw my guy Rollies in there. Like we can make boxing can be the biggest thing in the world now. People are so mad that these TikTokers are coming in and they taking all y'all money, but hey, they're using their fan base to coming in because our promoters are not giving us the fights.
It was crazy.
I can't be mad at these guys.
I changed. I switched my tune up because initially I was on that train that I couldn't stand it. Like the Jake Pauls, the Logan Pauls, it was pissing me off so much.
Yeah.
But then I sat back and I looked at it. I'm like, how easy was it for them to set this up, make millions of dollars, and the world was watching it? If that's so easy, what is so hard about y'all that do this for a profession? Like, I genuinely don't get it. It's like,
because like once again, they feel like if they lose, their careers is over. Like we just talked about MMA, the fight that is main eventing the UFC, the big fight. Was it next week or this week? Next week.
Sorry.
Yeah. Dustin, I want to say has 7 losses or 6, and
6.
Connor has 5.
Yep.
They both lost, but somehow they're still on top. Main eventing a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many in the UFC. We can have that. These guys go to world. Like a Cowboy. Cowboy had got killed by fucking Conor McGregor. And 3 months later, he was once again fighting again, though.
Yep.
So we got to get to that point where, like, it's okay to lose. We just want to see the fights.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody don't got to be undefeated, man. It's like
everybody's not going to be undefeated.
That pads your stats, and it looks nice. It's all fine and good. It's easy to promote a fight when you're undefeated, but it's like nobody needs that.
Yeah,
especially not now, man. Like if you draw, if your name has value at all, then there's no reason why you can't just push the damn fight.
Like me and my friends, we got into a huge like dispute about when Tank fought what was it, Santa Cruz. And like I was just saying, I was letting them know, like, well, as a promoter, what gives you the less headache? Trying to go over the top rank and try to convince Bob Arum that, hey, we need the A side for Tank and we want Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez. And then rather than because every promoter thinks their fighter is the A fighter instead of just being like, all right, cool, we have to split everything 50-50, which makes sense because whoever wins, okay, cool, now he becomes an A fighter. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, because we've seen Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko got made. Tank and Santa Cruz got made. Like, all these guys that are on the same company, these fights get made. Just like the UFC, all these guys are signed under the same company, so these fights get made. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I have that has frustrated me for years because the welterweight division was the best division in the world, and now it just seems like everybody is just like sitting, chilling, looking around. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy because between boxing and MMA, it's like they have the reverse of issues. UFC and just across MMA, they make all the fights that you want to see, but they don't make that kind of money. Boxing makes the kind of money that you need and you want. That's why you see so many of these fighters going over to try to box. They make that money, but then they don't. You gotta wait, like you said, so long to see the fights that we want to see.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at guys right now that I'm like, once again, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. If Floyd's still going to fight, I want to see him get in there with somebody, a Sean Poirer, a Keith Thurman, a Danny Garcia. I understand if you don't want to go at Errol Spence. I understand you want to go at Terrence Crawford because those are the top dogs right now. But Manny Pacquiao is about to fight Errol Spence.
Yeah. Yo. The same night as SummerSlam, we're going to see Pacquiao, Errol Spence. I did not think we would see that fight, bro. I really
Why
did.
are they doing? Why are they doing that to us?
I don't know, man. Like the thing was too, because we was talking about it for weeks. I'm like, I kept hearing because TC was waiting for like the moment that they announced it because they were debating whether or not they was going to do it on that Saturday because you got Pacquiao Earl Spence. It's going to be packed out that night, but I guess they figure like they'll be done with SummerSlam right around the time the fight getting ready to start. So he's like, you go from one spot to the next. It's gonna be crazy. That
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think the worlds really collide. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
we'll see. I mean, I don't know if the worlds really collide. If anything, I would be if I was WWE, I'd be like, let me see how this goes. But hey, yeah, if the fight comes on after that, then nobody should really have a problem.
Right.
Another problem with boxing is these freaking undercards and these pay-per-view prices. You want us to pay? I was gonna buy Tank's pay-per-view, and it was $74. And I look at the undercard, and I'm like, all right, is this undercard even worth buying it? And I looked, and I was like, I'm not buying this shit. Like, I'm sorry, I'm good. I think to really get boxing back going, just like when they had the PBC premiere, I think you had to have a big event because just COVID has messed up everything. But I think you need to have a big event in a stadium with a big fight main eventing with nothing but main event caliber things under with mixed promotions. There's no way these things can happen without these promotions crossing over. No way.
Oh yeah, no question. Like it's like I said, all the time that you got to cross the different promotions, it's like something got to give because there ain't no reason with all of those names out there that we still dragging their feet with this. But since we on the topic, this month we getting the trilogy. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury Part 3.
Yes, sir.
Two knockouts apiece, 2 finishes apiece. What's going down in this third fight, bro? I've been watching all these videos. Deontay getting in the gym. He actually doing some boxing now. Like,
I'm
scared, man.
Like I've been saying for the end of time now. Once Deontay really learns how to be a true boxer, learn how to win a fight, and just be like, hey, without the 12 rounds, even though he went 12 rounds with Bermane Stiverne, he you know what I'm saying? He didn't really have to he really wasn't boxing where it was like a clinic. He won because he had them straight powerful punches and that he even dropped Stiverne, I think that first fight, did he? I don't know.
Oh,
yeah. But ever since then it was all just knockouts. Now, hey, I got to see Fury firsthand next to him. Yeah. All my boys train with Fury right now, and that man's a beast.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this is before the fight was even announced. He was in the hills running. He was getting ready. He's working out, and I can't say who the other thing because I don't want to mess up my relationships. But this man he's been working. So. Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I love this. I love that feeling. I don't know who's on the undercard, but hey, PBC, you have a lot of welterweights that haven't fought. Every fighter don't got to be main event. It's okay to be on the under for this one, man. I see some guys out there who haven't fought, so get the undercard looking right, but. Who comes away with this victory? It to me, it all depends on what happened last time. Fury showed you guys in that first fight, he's nothing to play with.
Yeah.
He got knocked down, he got right back up. He's nothing to play with. The second fight, he really let y'all know, I'm nothing to play with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder is fucking Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
He is nothing to play with. And now if he's coming in on a tip and he's a better boxer than he's ever been before, that is scary.
Thanks. Yeah, like he's all his best thing is that like you said, being a power puncher. Any good puncher got a solid shot in any fight.
Yeah.
But a lot of people forget because he got those knockdowns on Fury. It's like Fury was outboxing him that entire fight. He just landed the shots that was putting him down.
Preach.
And then the second fight, it was like once he started landing those shots back on him, it was like, oh nah. After he got dropped the first time, you just started looking his face. He was like, nah, this ain't it.
Well, the thing that played into that second fight was I look back at the Luis Ortiz fight Deontay Wilder had with him. And then you see, and I forget what round it was, when Ortiz was just teeing off on Wilder. Wilder kind of looked like disgruntled, like he didn't know what to do because he's never been in that position. I think I've seen a video of him, like he got dropped in Olympics before, but that was years prior. So that also made me kind of like, how no one has ever really tested his chin neither. So it was like, all right, let's see how this goes. And when I seen Ortiz, that gave me some insight. So that played a lot into the second fight with me, because when everybody was just like, yeah, he's gonna knock him out, blah blah blah. It's like, well, what do you do when he gets touched?
Exactly.
Because Tyson Fury is a great defensive fighter. So it like you see in the first fight, it's not gonna let you hit me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so that played into the second. But this third one, I'm highly excited. I got to see Tyson Fury firsthand in his camp. But we're also seeing Deontay Wilder. It seems like he has a whole entire new camp, which I'm here for. I wish you would have let Floyd in his camp too, just to get some extra advice. But hey, teach his own. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd out here training Tyron Woodley for his fight with Jake Paul. I'm scared for that boy now.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because Woodley got sting on his shots already. I don't think this boy want him to be training with Floyd right now.
Yeah, it's just. But once again, it's that chin. You know what I'm saying? If Jake get the solid shot, because at this point, he really ain't fought nobody.
No.
The Nate Robinson. You give some credit to Nate, because both of them, because we never seen Jake Paul really box that time. You could get 2 points off that. Ben Askren, you get maybe 3 because he was a fighter, but he wasn't a boxer. But now Tyron Woodley, the person who has knocked people out in fights in the UFC, he was a world champion. Now you get a little credit for that, even though he's not a full boxer, even though he's old, even though like what's his last fights, he didn't look too good.
He got tore up.
We'll see.
He got So the last 2 fights, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, 3. There was 3 fights. He got tore up by Kobe. That's where he got his rib broke. What's the dude's name? I know Burns pieced him up too.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to think of the last dude he fought. Because it's just been a slide since he lost the title to Usman. And
right.
it's been rough. I know
who last guy this man fight? Who last man?
Vicente Luque.
I was gonna say I don't know. I just seen it, but I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah. So that was
he lost 4 in a row.
It was Burns was first. He won by decision. Kobe with the rib injury when he had him on the ground, and then Luca tapped him out. Luca choked him out.
Yeah, the last time Willie KO'd somebody was in 2016.
Oh yeah.
So,
that was when he won the belt. That's when he beat Robbie.
Yeah, but he hasn't been KO'd. Like he was stopped by Kobe, but you can say as much as you hate him, Kobe got hands too. So
look, I still can't stand Kobe, but I gotta measure respect for him, because him and Usman sat up there. They're 2 pure wrestlers. They didn't go for one single takedown the whole fight. They just stood and banged for five rounds straight until he got knocked down. Like, I can't get mad at that.
Yeah. So that's different. It's just, Jake Paul, man. I don't know. It's crazy that we have to say this at this point, but these guys have proven that they can fight, they can sell fights. I don't like some of the antics they do. It's kind of corny. Don't get me wrong. I'm the trash talking guy. Like, I love trash talk in these fights that set up everything. But some of this stuff was corny. The whole I'm gonna take your hat. Like, That's corny. Yeah, that didn't need to happen. I'd rather you just sit there in this man's face, talk shit, tell him do something. What you gonna do? Slap me? Anything? But I'm gonna take your hat. But
Yeah,
it's
man.
okay.
That whole thing, bro. And that's how I knew this. Like this feel a little bit just funky to me because he ain't doing that shit like that. Come on, bro.
Yeah. But that once again, like they wouldn't have had all the attention that they have and all this stuff if we've had this great fighting. I mean, like I said, I understand COVID did so much, and I know the promoters probably wanted to save all these fights. But now, hey, stuff is back.
Yeah.
Stuff is back. Let's get this stuff on the road. Set up a press conference with all these fighters and set up, like I said, one huge card. I think that would be great. In the stadium, I think that would pack out a stadium. If you just have nothing but world champs, former world champs, up and like maybe up and few up and comers that are big names, and it's all on one card. Just for boxing, stop the whole mon promotion for fucking boxing, bro. For the fans, for the people, put together a huge card and.
Yeah.
We'll see, but once again, I don't run stuff, but like when I do meet these people in these world in these industry, I let my thoughts be heard. You know, like, hey, we need this, we need that. You know what I'm saying? So
That's facts. Yeah, no, because like that's why you have all these places like Triller and stuff that's like selling way out more. Like Oscar getting ready to fight in September. He's supposed to fight Vitor Belfort. Like, come on, man.
yeah, and that's another problem where we're holding on to our older fighters to when we have it's not like we don't have them. It's like the WWE for years.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. Where they were holding on to the older fighters. When you have great young talent that's ready to go, that can take the ball at any time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I know like boxing is just like some of the old fighters still want to be the man and they feel like they got it, yada yada yada, whatever. Word of advice, all you old fighters, please don't get into that ring. We want to see Tyson because I just think people feel like Tyson can still be Tyson. Oscar De La Hoya, I mean, yeah, it's cool. Like I said, I wouldn't pay. I'm not paying for that fight.
Hell no.
But we'll see. We'll see. Any old fighters you want to see?
Hell no. I did not. I did want to see Mike when he fought. What was it, last year? Yeah.
Yeah, last year.
Mike and Roy Jones. Yeah,
Yes,
I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see that.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I think it was good just because it's Mike. It's Mike.
Well, it was nice to see. You know, like
the last time we seen Mike. Yeah, the last time we seen Mike, he was sitting on a stool and he lost to a guy that I don't think we ever heard from again. Like that's his biggest accomplishment was beating a old, messed up Mike Tyson. Yeah. So it was like that's the way. The last time we're gonna see you, okay. But if you can come back and you still look in shape and you throw the videos, let's see you fight again.
Yeah, like for the nostalgia of it, just to see him back in there, see that he still got it, like that. That felt like it was like Undertaker a couple years ago when he could still get back in the ring and do something when he could go like that. Yeah. That's a good feeling.
Yeah,
I don't need to see it again, but it was like okay, that was all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the same thing like Holyfield was talking about, he'll get back into. I don't need to see that. Like, if you do it once, maybe I'll let it slide, but don't get carried away.
I think for, like, some of the up-and-coming cards, that wouldn't be bad to see. Like, you imagine Mike and Holyfield starting the pay-per-view? Can you imagine them starting the pay-per-view? Like, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, but the first fight of the pay-per-view you're gonna see is Holyfield and Mike, number 3.
You're gonna sell out the undercard before you even get to the main event, bro. That's unheard of.
Hey, like I mean, if I'm a promoter, I'm pushing that. Like, come on. You get to see the blast from the past and like just the great future. Like, come on, man.
I mean, I couldn't be mad at it. It's just.
I mean, if Mike pull up today, say, "Hey, I'm playing in the big 3," that whole thing is selling out. Do we need to see all these old players and all these guys play anymore? No, but it's fun. I love seeing it. Shout out to the Big Three. I will be there this week. I'm working the event. We got free tickets, Ball Dogs. BallDogs.com. You want your free tickets if you live in Las Vegas. Free tickets, yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. But back to Fury and Wilder, man. Who do we have? Who do you got?
Man, I tell you.
You have to bet your house on one fighter. Who you betting it on?
Oh. I don't like betting safe. You know what I'm saying? The safe bet to me would be Fury. I gotta lean towards Wilder. Because it's like you said, if he got the boxing down, forget all the striking and the power punch and stuff. He got the boxing down.
No person on earth wants to see Deontay Wilder in a street fight.
Exactly.
You know,
if he gets that movement right, if he get out the damn way, like that's a problem. I don't know Fury ready for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
but the thing about Fury is, I mean, Fury has at the end of Fury's career, they need to make a movie about this man.
Mm-hmm.
From beating Klitschko to everything he went through, coming back, then going toe to toe with the best boxer, the best heavyweight at the time. And first you make a draw, then the next one you come back to win. Like that's a movie in itself.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, man. If I'm picking with the heart, I gotta go with Deontay, man. Like
Deontay made one of his opponents die for 2 seconds.
He said he wanted to do that too. He said he wanted to kill somebody in the ring. Like
what's his name? Splitlica, whatever his name was. I forget.
Oh man, I don't know how the hell to say these dudes.
I want to say it's like Arthur or something like that. I know. Wilder almost put him out of his misery.
Oh
man.
That's terrible. Yeah,
but I'm excited, man. I'm just excited for everything to open back up. I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, we're back. Hey, Ball Dogs, we have a new page called Year of the Dogs.
See that
Dogs is not available, but that is dedicated to right now. It's dedicated to football and boxing, but eventually, I'm sure it will spread out to all sports. Guess who's running that page? Guess who they put in charge of that page? Of course. So please go follow and show it some love. Because my love of boxing, I love basketball. You know what I mean? I grew up wanting to be in the NBA just like every other kid. I grew up loving basketball, but once I got into the world of boxing, it's MMA, it's like nothing, no other sport in the world that compares to it.
Nah.
I don't care what world it is. I'm a boxing, MMA, wrestling guy. Say what you want, I don't care.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at that Year of the Ball Dogs page, the Year of Dogs page, because I see you guys that's football and boxing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, we live in Vegas, man. Every pro team is starting to all pro sports are starting to come here now. So I'm like, bro, there's nothing like that in boxing. So I'm like, how do we take over the city before there are so? Because I know once we get going and once we get popping, everybody's gonna have a page just like that. Hey, I'm okay as long as we're starting with the trends right now.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna keep watch on that.
Sir.
So last thing, real quick, do a little quick hits here. So since you're out there in Vegas, you know what I'm saying, training camps around the corner. How you feeling about them Raiders this year?
I'm feeling all right, man. I actually got to speak to Henry Ruggs. And he's in high spirits. He's one of the coolest dudes in the world too. He's in high spirits. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I never was the football guy. I just started paying attention once we got the Raiders. So I don't know, man. I'm excited for the season. I'm ready to go to a game, but I think we're just missing a few pieces from getting there. So.
Yeah.
Still mad at Tom Brady for not coming here, but hey, it's okay. We
Yep.
still got Derek.
So
We still got Derek.
did you hear that little clip from him being on the shop?
No. What clip?
So he was talking about how there was a team in free agency that he had, like he was thinking about going to or something like that, and they said they don't want him. So he was looking at the quarterback they had at the time. And he was like, "Y'all are sticking with that motherfucker."
Ah!
And so
Man.
everybody questioned it. Was he talking about the Bears? Was he talking about the Titans? Was he talking about the Chargers? Or was he talking about the Raiders?
There's no way that could be us. I mean, we have a good quarterback, but I mean, if you're denying the GOAT, if you're denying the GOAT, it's how. How? LeBron James just said he would never play for the Orlando Magic. But if he goes and say, I want to play for the Orlando Magic, they're picking up that phone. I hope that wasn't us. But whatever team that did that, you're idiots, bro. And he won a Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, nah, honestly, I feel like it was probably Tennessee. Because like Ryan Tannehill is like middle of the pack guy. He just managed the game. That team is all about Derrick Henry. Now they got Julio Jones, and their defense is solid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was probably
they do got Julio Jones.
Yeah, they're gonna be a problem. So like if he went to Tennessee, they went in the Super Bowl too. So I feel like that was what it is. But oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I looked at the Raiders the first time too. I'm like, they had questions about Derek Carr for a good minute.
I mean, he did decent last year. He did decent.
He did. Honestly, I like Derek Carr.
I want to say, did we have a winning record last year?
I want to say it was like right around.
I'm sorry, I'm on a sports podcast speaking about the team that I root for. I mean, I just became an NFL fan, people, so don't kill me.
I don't think last season was bad.
Yeah, I only see the 2019. I'm looking for 2020. What was our record? We were 8-8.
Yeah. Well, look, thing is,
better than the year before. Take that. Okay.
Yeah, the tragedy y'all have is having to play in the same division as Pat Mahomes. That's really what it is.
Yes. We were number 2 in our division.
Yep.
They were number 1. Our record is 8-8. Their record was 14-2.
Yeah. That's what's going down when Showtime show up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a really solid division, but that dude is just on a different level. Like he making MLB money in the NFL.
Yeah. That's that different bread, man.
Yeah, man. Crazy.
I got a question for you because I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they really went into this should college players be paid and blah blah blah. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh man, they should honestly, because they just announced it. I think this past week. It's too little. It's too little, too late. I'm glad it's happening, but it's so late right now because you look at all of these guys that gave us some great moments in college, and all those guys that just it's like they're college students, so they're not making their money anyway. But you think about Tim Tebow, Reggie, freaking Derrick Henry, Julio, all these guys that were huge names in college sports that their jerseys, they're selling out like that. And they didn't get to see a cent of that money because the NCAA says no. Even though they're profiting off these kids year in and year out. They're putting these games on ESPN. There's some college games that I will watch in a heartbeat over the NFL. Yep. So it's like they're up there. They're not the little brother. They're right up there on par with them. So it's like
personally, I do believe they should be paid, and a lot of things people come with they're getting a free education 4 years, which is worth 300-some thousand. Okay, one thing about that is right. They have requirements to keep this scholarship, just like any contract a pro player has. You can't get hurt because if you get hurt, they're taking it away. Exactly. If someone buys you a gift, they're going to take it away. if your grades is not up to par, technically they can take that away because you're not able to play.
Yep.
And so with teams like, how much money do you think Duke basketball makes in one season? You're telling me you can't divvy the money? Like, you don't have to, I'm not even talking about giving these guys millions of dollars, but a simple $25,000 salary for one season, every player. I believe whatever that team makes, that's what they team should get played. I understand every college athlete is not going to make the same amount of money because every team doesn't bring in the same amount of stuff.
Bro, I was just thinking, I will never forget. You remember Kevin Ware?
Yo, I was thinking that. Yep.
Bro, that shit was so hard to watch.
Yeah.
And it's like he got drafted in 2017, but he's not even in the league no more. He's only 28.
No.
He's playing in like London or something like that.
Yeah.
But he was in college, and that there was all the chance in the world that
and I think
never
he
would have even got
transferred after that too. Yeah.
Yeah. There was all the chance in the world that could have ended every dream that he had about playing in the league. You know what I'm saying? And what's the college is doing for that?
Exactly.
He's not getting compensated for that. So it's like, how is it that y'all can profit off of everything with these kids, whether it's basketball, football, wherever, but they can't see a cent of that money when they're still kids? Yeah. And one little injury ends it all for them? Like, come on, man.
Like, exactly. And like, to me, like, if the scholarship is guaranteed, right? So say if it's just guaranteed, I can't get paid, but hey, I leave to go to the pro. I don't get drafted. Then to me, if you're gonna do the whole college thing, then take away the them being hurt. You know what I mean? Take away from somebody else giving them money because they need it. Because we don't want a situation like, what was it, James Winston, where you stealing fucking crab legs? Like, we don't want no situations like that. And which makes these guys, personally, that hurts their brand, but they gotta freaking eat. Like, how am I playing on ESPN doing all this stuff looking like a freaking hero? But if somebody buys me a cheeseburger, you could take all this away? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
and you don't want to pay me? I'm not asking for it. I'm just asking for some money.
Yeah, these guys.
Like I said, it don't have to be a huge salary because one of the things, these guys don't have work. My bad. I just went to this. I want to get this point before I forget it. Have you heard the YouTuber Destroying?
Yeah.
The YouTuber Destroying. The reason why I feel like the NCAA owe him a huge fucking apology is because he was on YouTube, right?
Yep.
And his YouTube blew up. This is for people who don't know. His YouTube blew up, and he was making money off of YouTube. No one else. It was his work, his editing, whatever. He put in 100% into this, and he was making money off YouTube. The NCAA basically told him, nigga, either you can still do your videos, you just can't monetize them. And if you continue to monetize these videos, we're gonna take your scholarship away.
Fucked up. That's such bullshit, bro.
So now, this is not even money from your school. This don't take away no money from your school. This kid was making money on his own, and you take it away. You take his whole scholarship away, and you're trying to push the narrative that we're giving you an education. Come on, bro.
It's modern day slavery, bro. You gotta entertain us for zero compensation.
Yeah, the Gonzalez twins. Oh. They were playing basketball. Shout out to Dylan. That's my dog. Like, they were hooping. Yeah. And just because they blew up on social and they were getting paid for their likeness.
Right.
It's either us or that. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
And you have the audacity to tell these kids they can't get paid? Shout out to Master P. He got his son a $2 million deal too, by the way.
Right, the day after.
Shout out to my man Hersey, man. That's a cool kid too.
I see somebody say Master P is doing what everybody likes to say that Diddy's doing in real life. I agree with that. I agree with that. That's real shit.
Yeah.
But that's
yeah.
Modern day slavery, bro. Y'all gotta entertain us.
But then again, and you're forcing me to go.
Right. Yeah.
They can't just go straight to the league.
Yeah.
And I think about it, they could go overseas, but they don't get as many looks.
Yeah, because eligibility requirements. You got to stay X amount of years before you can even go. It's like that's so
Yeah.
crazy.
And so, like, if you're forcing me to go, why can't you pay me? And I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about all college sports. I feel like whatever that team revenue brings in, oh, that up in between the players. If it's 50, maybe 50%. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just where I'm not talking about giving these kids 100 over.
Yeah, man. And listen, and give Reggie his Heisman back. Real,
Please.
so I've been saying that for years. Give that man his Heisman back. That's some bullshit. Man bought his
Yeah.
mom's a car, bought himself a suit. Like, get out of here. Because he was going to the Heisman Trek presentation. Come on, son. Ugh.
They're goofy.
Ugh. Anyway, man. That's gonna wrap it up for the night, man. This was dope conversation, man. I'm glad we finally got to do this.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? Before we get up out of here, you mentioned it before already, but plug your socials, all the stuff you got going on. Let the people know what's happening.
Man, I got a lot of stuff going on. Follow me at follow me at Malik.lv on Instagram, Malik SYP on Twitter. I really don't tweet like I said earlier. I like to get on the show and like really just vent and get everything out. So if you heard me rambling on so many different stuff today, that's just what I do. Follow Year of the Dogs on Instagram. That's the page I'm running for. Ball Dogs, follow them too on Instagram. And because I'm just like I said, I'm trying to take the boxing world. I love combat sports, any jujitsu, boxing, MMA, kickboxing, whatever you think. I love that shit. I've tried it all. So yeah, catch me over there. And we don't have a lot of football stuff too. So you never know, man.
I'm gonna check
And
it out.
YK wrestling everywhere.
Y'all already know the deal.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And of course, y'all can find me at RickHamper24 on Instagram and on Twitter. Y'all find the show on all streaming platforms, streaming podcasts, as well as YouTube, because we're gonna have this video up for y'all. But thank you, my man. Appreciate you.
Always, bro.
The busy man coming through.
I'm happy I got to do this, man. I'm gonna have to. I gotta come back more. Hey, the thing about it is now I do have a little free time, but that's like during the day. So like maybe a day you off, we gonna have to start getting these going, bro.
Say less. We're gonna
make it happen,
bro. We're gonna make it happen, bro. But this has been the Havoc Hour. This is your boy Reek Havoc, Mr. 24/7 Malik Ricks.
Yes, sir.
We out of here. I'm gonna see y'all next week.